This special Weaver boxcar commemorates the fact that there are over 100,000 Weaver cars in service on model railroads around the world. Bob Weaver's own beautiful O-scale layout is a showcase for many of these cars. Interestingly, this layout and the Weaver O-gauge car business began at about the same time.
About 25 years ago, I started we started manufacturing car kits for Ambroid, and in the car kits for Ambroid there were O-gauge car kits. And 20 years ago we built this house, and before the house was even started, we knew the basement size, and there was a train layout designed to put in the basement. And we've gone from there.
The first thing one notices on this spectacular layout are the colorful Union Pacific engines.
This layout started to be combination. I thought it was big enough. It was going to be transcontinental. It was going to be Pennsylvania at one end and Union Pacific at the other. And the more Union Pacific I put on the layout, the colors and the locomotives and the blawness of the colors of Pennsylvania at one time was equal. There was as many Pennsylvania engines as Union Pacific engines. You won't find any Pennsylvania engines anymore. They're all related to Union Pacific. Primarily because of the colors, the size of their locomotives. I like big locomotives, big steam engines, and the UP Big Boy and the Challengers, the type engines that I really love to run.
One exception to the UP's dominance are these special Weaver RS3 demonstrators.
As you see, these Weaver demonstrators, this was a joint brainstorm with another fellow and myself that he came up here and he said, you know, General Motors and everybody else makes demonstrators. Why don't you produce some demonstrators? So we started out making 12 of them, and each one individually 1 through 12, and we decided, when I started talking about these other friends, I made 2 sets of them. And I think I have 5 left, and the rest have been given away to friends. And it's just something as a goodwill gesture. Hey, take it out and try it and run it and have fun with it, you know. You see it says demonstrator on the side. I've got number 1, number 10. I think I've got a 5 and a 6 over there, and that's about it. The rest of all, they're out running around somebody's layout.
This is a big layout. It measures 34 feet by 60 feet. And when Bob talks about the time he's spent building it, his genuine love for the hobby of model railroading comes through.
I just love building it. I've been working on this layout for 18 years. It's still not finished. It looks fairly finished, but there's still a lot of small detail on it that has to be done yet. I want telephone lines, I want fences, I want more streams. There's just a lot of little things to do that they sort of come in secondary. Now it's fun to run the trains and show the trains to people. Actually, I have more fun showing the trains to people that come to visit than I do running them myself. And I think that's very characteristic of most model railroaders. At a moderate speed, to cover all segments of the track and all loops, it takes 20 minutes to make a complete tour of the layout. It was designed with the idea that I love big engines and long trains. And I'm not satisfied to run a 30, 40 car train. You'll never find a 30, 40 car train running in this layout. There's always at least 90 to 100 cars per train. Even the passenger train has, I think, 21 or 22 passenger cars on it. So it's long, you know, I like long trains, if that means anything.
Following a train around this layout is an amazing experience. It just seems to keep going forever. And it isn't until you take your eyes off the train and come back to reality that you realize that you're actually watching a model and not the real thing. This trestle is one of Bob's favorite spots to watch trains go by. It's a very realistic angle. By the way, in case you forgot to count, there were 96 cars in this train. This trestle, which runs along the front edge of the layout, is one of Bob's favorite scenic locations. There's always lots of action here, so sit back and enjoy some great train watching as a variety of Bob's favorite Weaver engines pass through this scene.
One of my favorite spots in this layout to really watch trains come through would be right here where this coaling tower is, and this industry on this side. These flat cars that are loaded with heavy moving equipment, the highway flashing signals, and just to watch a train crawl through here is, to me, is really, I love it. It's impressive. You've got engines behind it, you've got a small freight yard behind it, and it's just one of my favorite spots in the layout.
One of the most interesting scenes on the layout is this diamond crossing.
This bridge with a diamond in the center of it, it was put in to create a reverse loop. I wasn't into too many reverse loops, and I decided after I built this, there was the need to turn trains around. So this was built across here to form a reverse loop. And the only way I could do it and make it look half decent was I come up with a pond idea.
Bob Weaver enjoys running his trains, and Bob, as both a hobbyist and a manufacturer, has some good thoughts about our hobby.
When you say it's a hobby, it's more than a hobby. In other words, to build a model railroad, you've got to be a carpenter, you've got to be an electrician, you've got to be able to create things. I think it's the most all-around hobby that there is. I don't know of nothing else that if you want to build buildings, if you want to build train cars, you want to re-gear engines, put new motors in engines, there's just so many things that you can do, that you get wrapped up in. Normally I come down here and this is my place to get lost. This is my own little spot in the world that I can come down here and I forget about all my problems, all my troubles. I enjoy myself, and I think it's too bad everybody doesn't have something like this to do. The one nice thing about model railroading, everybody likes a different aspect of it, and I think this is most important with model railroading. What I happen to like, hey, other people don't care for, or vice versa, you know, but it's an individual's railroad, and he can do with it as he sees fit and has fun doing. And I think that's the joy of model railroading. It's your creation.